We're back. Let's find out what today has in store. All production would be nice. Probably not going to see it. That's fine. Who we got? Oh, I'm playing the AI. Let's not do that. Can you tell I was doing my deck lists? Let's actually get on ladder, because then we can get beaten a lot, which will be lovely. Topic of the day, me attempting to get slightly better than top 250. We'll find out. I was about 270 when I logged on a bit ago. This is good. We like this. Jet prototype will keep. We have Catty and War Production, which is a good opening. Folshamiego, which is, depending on what they deploy, even better. No, it's Catty. I'll spoil something else. If you're wondering why it's Catty, it's because Catty lets me straight up deploy something and remove this, which is good. Also, you know, we've got all the festive stuff going because it's Christmas. I might even put a hat on in a bit. Although that will happen if I actually have some viewers. Drop Panzer Grenadier because we're not under any pressure, and if I can get it in the front line, then we get tempo. Yes, I'm playing an incredibly meta deck. This is Jet Prototype. This is the Soviet variant, I suppose you would call it. Which really just, we want to see the cheeky war production to get things out quicker, but this is going to be interesting because our opponent is having none of it, which is entirely understandable. I can Folshamiego, but they're dead. Heinkel's not going to help me. I could drop a Trop just as a speed bump? Sure, why not? Terrible Trop drop, but we'll go with that anyway. This is an awful, awful plan. And we shall find out what we got. Lots and lots of... yeah, so I've not seen a Soviet card yet, but I'm going to assume somewhere in there is the fact that this is going to be Japan, Soviet, hyper aggro. I really need to get rid of you, but I can't. Folshamiego doesn't help me right now. Let's put some pressure on HQ. I don't like this. Too much frontline presence too quickly. However, we can probably accelerate past the damage if we get lucky, which will require actually quite a lot of getting lucky. No, that's fine. I don't like Audacity though. Okay, so we can jet prototype twice, which is actually pretty good, because then we can go digging for another jet prototype. 3, 6. Sort of have to answer the damage on the ground though. Can we answer? So if we use Catty here, winsomely sack a Folshamiego, which I really hate. Yeah, we're done. This is not going to end well. This is possibly the moment where I'm grateful that there might be nobody watching. Although if anyone's watching this back, this just started badly and got worse. Yeah, we are done. We don't have an answer. If we blow up one of their units, this is donezo. However, we'll go out with some fire, but this is donezo. Because we can't get to this. This, by the way, is one of those cards that requires an answer that people sometimes miss. I didn't so much miss it as not have an answer. Something I don't hit that often, because usually the game's over before they've had a chance to get it out, but such is life. Right, let's try that again. See what we draw this time that is actually odds on a mirror match at the minute. Probably good. I have no idea who Charity is, but let's find out. Ooh, 64 Panzergrenadier. Now this is really, really good. We're going to keep Panzer Tape. Reason being, we're going to turn one the 64 Panzergrenadier and another unit. So, turn 164 and the 554th means with any luck we'll be able to drop the Panzer, giving us a very strong frontline presence and Heinkel, which is going to make our opponent very sad. Heinkel's not worth enough damage yet. I don't need to go digging yet, because what my opponent doesn't know is I'm already holding 2 jet prototypes, which is amazing, by the way. And we'll see where we're at. Sure. Depending on what we draw, we might go digging right now. Sure, we'll go digging, so I don't mind that. Do I care enough that I actually want to remove you? Not really. Let's drop the Fallschirmjäger. Let's go for presents again. I'm not going to go digging yet. I want to see if my opponent has anything interesting to offer at the minute, because at the moment, if we can just get to turn 6, they're done. Oh, okie dokie, so we're carrying big units. That's fine. I don't mind that at all. Drop a drop? Don't control a tank, so that's not so good. Let's Heinkel. So we like Heinkel. Heinkel's good. Then we can spoils. Ooh, war production or jet prototype or commenter. This is not what you want to see. Is unlikely to carry strong answers. I'm going to war production because I think I'm probably going to want to accelerate more than anything else. We'll find out in a minute. So why war production is a good question, but because he only has 8 HQ defense left and is now just going to start blowing up my ship, which is a very valid tactic. What this does is lets me get to next turn. Honestly, I didn't end up needing it. Next turn we'll have 7, we can make it 9, not would we'd want to. It'd be the turn after that would matter, but what that did was the thing I wanted it to. Just occupy him long enough that we can do this. He has 1 health left, and he'll need a minor miracle. They will, they. This charity is going to need a minor miracle, which is cool. This deck will do that. It will just steamroller you. And find out whether we want to try and fix it, but I don't know that we can. So you could, but that only reduces, yeah. Even if you could drop it, it's going to reduce me to 1 damage with Ninja. But anyway, great, first one of the evening. So we are 1 and 1, which I should probably actually write down somewhere. But since this is being recorded, I can just go back and see, you know, watch myself play cards, because of course I want to do that. Objective right now, if you are watching with shiny new graphics, is look, I have a viewers count and a followers count, and I Just seeing if consistency gets me more views. More US. So frontline probably. I don't want to see the Catty. I'll keep because the Catty's early tempo. Okay, fine. Just throw something in the front line and see if our opponent wants to drop an answer. I'm not 100% sure of the opponent's logic on that particular play, because what the opponent just did is waste a +1/+1 buff to remove a single token. It's possible they've just seen a lot of tokens and those tokens make them nervous, but they've not gained anything by virtue of that sack. This gains them something, but that's fine because it doesn't gain them a lot. Oh, this is fantastic. So we'll Catty here and over here. Oh, we get the high roll. That makes me happy. Hello, Anton. Yeah, pretty much. I am climbing ladder, so I'm playing something that's what I top 250 so far, is as good as I've gotten this season. And yeah, very much on the jet. I think it's just a strong call right now. It's good. Welcome to the channel. Thank you. Yeah, it's not bad. I was convinced to start streaming because I've been playing for 2.5 months now and got 3 field marshals and top 250 under, so it appears that card gaming skills translate across different games, which is cool. So I'm just seeing if I can throw out some stuff for people to do. So if you come and hang along, that's fantastic. If you want to drop me a follow on Twitch if you like the content, that's also good, because obviously the big thing on Twitch is hitting 50 followers so that you can get affiliate status. Oh good, we've got Schutzen, so Schutzen's fantastic. I'm not really bothered that this is going to create a +1/+1 because I can just trade out with either of these units and so it'll be in a good position. But yeah, I'm just seeing how I can do this season. It's been interesting with the new meta. I do think Jet and Swag are probably... tokens, in fairness. Tokens got me to Field Marshal. Yeah, a little bit. It's okay. I can actually see what's gone on. Let me fix that. Twitch decided it really didn't like the term Jap, and I don't know why. I mean, I do, in the sense that I understand the racist connotations of it, which is obviously bad. But in the case of your question, it's just a perfectly valid conversation piece. And so I will show you in a bit. I have a Jagro in winter deck, which is kind of a budget deck because I haven't got a lot of the new stuff. Like, I don't have Type 94 early. And I had some success with it climbing sort of... it did me alright climbing from kind of the lower end of kind of 6 on my way up. But I'll pull it up after this game and you can have a look at it. But it's been good. I do think Japan is still valid. Actually really quite valid. Wow, we are high rolling war production. That makes me happy. Let's see what we get. Ooh, I'd like a jet prototype, please. I think Japan is definitely still viable. There's also a really interesting Japan-Soviet hyper-aggro deck going around at the minute. Mostly in Asia, which I've played against, but I've not had a chance to try out because I don't have the cards, because obviously it runs Type 94 early and some of the other new stuff. It's a good deck. That I will not deny. I'm just going to take a moment because I want to do this right. So... what do I want out of this? Obviously, I want to jet prototype. I would like to say goodbye To the devils, I don't care enough about my jet, because it's already done its thing. Okay, then I want the front line. Then I want jet prototype. Oh, we low-rolled. Tragedy. I think we'll cope. I reckon we'll live. And yeah, nation leveling really important, obviously, especially at the minute with the new crate system, which I should probably do a YouTube video on. Leveling nations is a really good way of getting your crate up, and getting your crate up obviously important for collections. I know you really don't like my little numbered friend. You're not a fan of my jet prototypes, and I can't blame you because they're really annoying. However, unfortunately for you, this deck is not, despite what people say, a one-trick pony. And that's what makes it dangerous. I don't mind at all. There we go. So, I can answer your question, Anton, at the moment. Let me hop out of this, and I will show you what I've been using on Japan. And you can probably screen cap it if you want to. So this is... Let's go to the edit function. This is my Jagro in Winter variant. This is just good old-fashioned Japan, Germany aggro with substitute cards for those that I don't have in my collection. So obviously Type 93 goes without saying that you're going to have First Signal Regiment. Everything else is kind of exactly what it does on the tin. I put the swag in. Yeah, I'm having that too. I've already hit Elite just under on my crate. I hit Special in like 2 days. But I think there'll be a rebalance coming for that because I don't think that's the intention. I pay my Battle Pass for the month, and so I would expect that eventually the sweet spot will be that if you don't have a Battle Pass, you'll come just short getting Special. You'll get Special, but you won't get the upgrade to Elite. That would be the thing. I'd expect that would be their aim in a week. Anything else interesting? Berg's Pioneer, because credits are never bad. I've only got one in there. There's not a lot. The Hien, obviously, is a substitute for a better jet that I don't own. But yeah, I put the swag in because this card, obviously, as I'm sure you're aware, is setting the entire community on fire with how overpowered it is. Honestly, it's just good in any deck. I don't run the 101st, the 101 Infantry in here to buff it. I would rather have, again, 64 Panzer Grenadier, which I think is a really, really good card. I've got 2 of them in there because it's just giving credit acceleration. This, for me, has worked perfectly well. It is not working at Field Marshal for ladder climbing, which is why I'm not using it. It isn't. It's not quite got the fire. At some point, I'm going to see if I can figure out some decent substitutes for the as I say, the Japan Soviet ally hyper aggro list that's doing the rounds, and see if it's any good. I mean, I know it's good. I've lost to it often enough, but it seems very specific. But yeah, nation leveling I've got loads of levels still to pick up on nations, which is actually kind of cool. I like that I do. I'm hoping that at some point, for those who, ouch, oh, you hate to see it. Hoping at some point they will sort out something for those who are actually on full collections, so that they can actually gain some benefits. Some new levels would be good. See, this, if you have the spare specials and you're wanting to play Japan, craft this. This is an amazing unit. So much so that you're going to see me do something that I really loathe doing, which is burn to get rid of it. It spirals. And it will just keep hammering you cheaply. This is that net. So you're going to see the deck Anton, that I'm talking about. So this is going to be, I suspect, the Japan-Soviet Hyper Aggro deck, which is basically a 12-card tokens package. Possibly slightly less than 12, I've not counted, combined with the usual Japan aggro stuff. Already this is just painful. Not gonna lie, pretty sure we're gonna lose this. Yeah, I think there's a degree to which the designer in me, since you probably haven't got my previous broadcasts, in addition to being an avid player of collectible card games, I also do some TTRPG design and stuff like that. And the designer in me looks at the business model and understands why it's set up the way it is. They want to encourage people in the long term to be willing to pay for the battle pass, because as a company, of course, they need to make some money, which is very valid. But it does therefore sometimes feel weird. But yeah, I think there is an intentionality that the Elite Crate becomes something to aspire to. Yeah, I mean, you are in kind of, by the way, demonstration right now before I answer your point, which I absolutely will. This is exactly what this Hyper Aggro deck does. You've seen it just thunder out a bunch of tokens that even I can't catch up with, and at this point I am done, because if I do any damage to them, obviously I'm just triggering signals. I can drop a jet prototype, go out with a blaze of glory, but we are done. Our opponent played quite well. So we'll let him roll up and finish exploding our HQ while I answer your point. Yeah, I think the balance is always hard, because there's got to be, from a business perspective, 1939 need to be able to justify continuing to do what they're doing, and that means being able to pay the bills and their staff, which means there has to be a good incentive to I'm going to put this back up on screen while we're chatting so that you can see the deck and have a convenient place to clip it if you want to later on, if you are looking to try a Japan deck that doesn't involve all the new cards. I think they do need to justify it, but I do think it's hard, because free-to-play players obviously want to be able to have good experiences and get to a decent level, and they should be able to. I don't have ambitions of competing in tournaments. I'm decent, I'm not that good. And even if I was, I don't have the time to dedicate to it that's necessary to really master the meta enough to play at that level. So they I'm probably the person they're aiming at with the Battle Pass, which is someone who wants to just get that little bit extra edge. I think the balance is that hopefully, as a free-to-play player, you'll be able to pick up maybe 1 or 2 Battle Passes, probably 2 Battle Passes, sorry, not Battle Passes, Elite Crates a month, versus 3 or 4 for someone who's paying for the Battle Pass, which kind of makes it worth the $10 that you have to pay for it, if that makes sense. I'm going to find out. Oh, good, wild cards. I have standard wild cards, which is weird because I really don't have much use for those anymore. We are dropping in ranks, which is never fun. And yeah, sure, I shall await your free-to-play point, which would be cool. Just realised how badly arranged my chat is on this. I'm going to move that after this. I've got new stuff up on my HUD, and it's not where I want it to be. I have nothing good. So Berg's Pioneer is good. And we shall see who we have. Obviously we have the States. Second Raiding Brigade, I think, is one of the unlocks. It's been a hot minute, so I don't 100% remember. But I want to say you're correct. Yes. I would have to check. I would have to look. I would... So I am actually thinking about doing some new player content at some point. If you, to be fair, if you are relatively sure that you do get it, I would think about putting a ticket in or a question in. Hop onto Kards Discord and ask whether anyone remembers whether you get Second Raiding Brigade. Because if it should be, then obviously there should be a way to fix it. Meanwhile, we're going to continue. Because I'm trying to remember. Again, I'll hop back because I think, I do not know, I think I still have not deleted the starter decks from my account. So it is actually possible that I might be able to literally look and answer your question in a minute, but I don't know. I honestly couldn't tell you off the top of my head whether it is or not. Which is actually part of the reason I was chatting to people about the potential to do some new player friendly / focused content. You can pay for those again because I don't like them. But I will have a look in a bit and see whether it unlocks. I know I have it. I know I have had it for a while. Oh yeah, Catty. Catty's good. I'll come forward. So we'll do this. Which brings you down to 1. So next turn we can remove you. But yeah, I would actually have to go digging to find out. Just move this over here for the minute, so I can actually see how many people are viewing the stream, which I can't at the minute. Ooh, we've brought them back again, obviously. Fine. Card draw's good. So next turn we can just remove you unless you heal. But yeah, I mean, if it is something you should have and find it. Oh, that is possible. I've not been around long enough to have seen that change, and I don't, honestly, I don't know their exact method for changing the starter decks. So, yes, that is very possible. Yep, take care, have good food. Right. Meanwhile, we shall carry on. Wailing against walls of fun people. Wow, viewer numbers are now going up, which is always good. At least now I can see without having to have Twitch open. So to those of you who are randomly watching this, hi. It's a thing. We are slowly but surely attempting to find our way through a wall of glamour boys, which is kind of we're on kind of jet casino. So Big play. Okay, I don't mind that. I don't mind that you're firing out. It's not great, because I don't really have any card draw, but I don't know that you have an easy way of removing my stuff either. Let's see, shall we? War bonds. Does war bond things. Fine. I wish I could target this. That's not going to work, so let's drop 64 and just plink. It's plinking time. You're burning cards, which troubles me quite a lot. Yeah. You're in thinking mode. Trop's not doing us any good. But it does slow down. Bombering me to death by like a turn. Oh good, Flying Fortress, that's what we needed. We're done. That's a good play. It is not a good evening so far. Let's find out how much worse it gets. Keep rolling. Goes to me, I should probably have got some Christmas music going, but then I realised that they've actually put some really cool festive music in the game, which I like. I keep finding O Tannenbaum playing in my okie dokie. What are the odds that this is going to turn into a mirror match? Comet's okay, but I don't really want to see it this early. 264 Panzer Grenade. I don't want to turn it down in case I get lucky. Find out. So we've got enough to irritate. Let me see. Have they drawn war production? And something useful to war. No, so we're ramping. That's fine. I like ramping. Ramping is good. Ramping makes me feel better. Let's get some card draw going. So we'll get the card draw early because we're going to remove that very quickly. And next turn we can Panzer Grenade. Maybe not. Big turn. 2 damage on the Panzer Grenadier. Does it gain me enough tempo? Let's find out. I have a spare, so let's find out if you want to just chew through it. I think you do. I think you're going to happily chew through it. At least it slows you from getting to the front line, which I know you want. Maybe it doesn't. Okie dokie. Right. Schutzen's good though, but I don't have 5. So... you sack anyway. And then we'll drop Panzer Grenadier and start getting some tempo back. I like tempo back. Tempo back is good. That's fine, because I will happily trade out, depending on what I draw. Oh, there are things I'd love to see right now. War production is maybe on the list. Right. So Schutzen comes down and we remove you. If we war production right now, we gain nothing, so we won't. Reason I say we gain nothing is we can't actually get anything into the front line. War production is going to be more useful next turn to let us hopefully do something on top of Jet Prototype, but Jet Prototype plus clearing away this Panzer is going to be good. Comet's fine. We can outpace it, which is basically our only hope right now. So stage 1, I want rid of you. Stage 2, I'm going to advance you. Then we're going to do this and illustrate my point with regards to... Hey, Outrider. How are you doing? Hopefully settling into the festive season. It's a good use of duress. If you could see my hand, you would like it less. My only problem is I also know that you're holding Comet. Which makes me sad. Sad bear is sad. Okay, so we need to perform a minor miracle, which I think we can do. I can get to... I need to be able to drop the jet prototype. I can sack Comet to do that. That leaves me one to deal with the thing. I know he's carrying Comet, but his Comet doesn't... I hate this part. Yeah, we're going to have to sack Comet into the jet. I'll fire the jet into here. Pressure the front line. See where we're at. So, one of two things is going to happen. Either he's got something I don't know, like another jet prototype, or we might just have this, because jet prototype plus, frankly, well, not quite, it's not a given. It's not a mathematical given, so I'm calculating on these. If I keep 7 Schutzen on the board, then jet prototype's a win. But if he does this, then jet prototype isn't. Comet I knew was coming down. So now I need to create a little extra burst. I need 10 to win. And I've got it, I believe. So, I'll prototype down. This is going to get close, which I didn't want it to. Panzer Grenadier, Panzer. So Panzer, that was about as close as we are ever going to get. Yep, you and me both. I'm just, you know that moment, and I'm sure you do. I know you play to a high enough level that, like me, yeah, it's my fear every time is miss lethal and just not see it, and that's that tick. Again, if newer players are watching any of this back on YouTube before I get round to doing any kind of new content, which I'm still pretty energized about the idea of doing, do not ever let your opponent put you off taking your time just because the clock starts ticking and you get endless spams of triple Zs, or is it my turn yet, or something equally irritating. Thinking is what makes good players better, and if you watch like the Worlds and stuff like that, you will see players take an enormous amount of time to really think through what they're doing, and there's a good reason. I want Catty on the board more than I want Heinkel right now, because Catty lets me theoretically get 2 damage if I high roll, which is more useful against things that we do. I'm liking Jeanne d'Arc as a name. I think that's pretty cool. Okay, so... Wow, you lost a lot of orders for that. You lost a lot of orders for that. Okay, we need a high roll. That was a lot of orders to try and get. Okay. I'm trying to work out whether that was strategic genius or just excessively risky. I suppose it depends on how the rest of this works out. So far, by the way, in your case, really well. Oh, I don't like it. No, I don't like it at all. Do I just sack? I don't want to sack. I can sack Panzer Grenadier, can't I? Because Panzer Grenadier, you have to answer Panzer Grenadier. Yeah. Not much, but it'll do for the minute. I don't like it. You can tell we're playing the same deck. Totally tell we're playing the same deck. Schutzen's amazing, just not yet. Heinkel, I get one use out of Heinkel. So let's get a good use out of Heinkel. So on the draw, and it means you need to answer by swinging for me. Obviously, you're just going to hit me with the 64, aren't you? What if we draw? Oh, we've pincered. Oh, Messerschmitt. Lovely. That's fine. So there's an accent draws. Yeah, that's fine. So Schutzen, first and foremost, to the face. Now I feel better. Much, much better, in fact. We are closer to being able to put a prototype on the board and actually start asking questions. Unfortunately, so is our opponent, which makes me sad. Did I miss what they just war production for? Or did they just... Did our opponent literally just war production in error? I don't know. Low roll. Fine. However, I don't mind, because now you have choices to make. You're going to, logically, you're going to sack both of your air units to, no you're not. So what have you got? You've got something. Oh, it's the 101st, okay, the 101 Infantry. Fine, although I'm not sure that was the best use of that I've ever seen. Right, let's see what we can draw. 5, 6, 7... retreat's okay, but Schutzen's just so good. Schutzen's too good, so I'm going to waste a credit here, but I'm going to waste a credit here because this allows me to do this. So now, it's answers time for our opponent. This is quite close, which I like. And we keep kind of waiting to see what happens. That was okay. So you've removed one, but not both. Okay, that's fine. So we'll drop another Schutzen and a Panzer. The Schutzen goes forward. Right, what do I can remove you and remove you, which may seem madness, but I don't think it is, because now you have no board presence with which to answer, and I have... Oh, the FW190s are really important, so we're going digging, which I would be doing too in your position. You really want to see jet prototype right now. You really want to see jet prototype right now. Oh dear. Yep. Oh, I feel for you, my opponent. I do, because that's the frantic digging. Excellent. Another level out the way. Jam some more games. The aim here is to see if we can do a little bit better than top 250. Top 250 is my cap, 240 some odd. There are 6 whole people, or 8 whole people. I have not made that graphic large enough, I don't think. Let me make that. There are 6 whole people watching this stream. That is very cool. That seems fair. I'm adjusting the stream while I do it. Probably really bad form. I'm not giving up 264 Panzer Grenadier, though. I possibly might. Let's see. Trying to... yes. Maybe... This is a new name. This is a name I have not seen on ladder. This is Bloody Sickle. That's okay. I'm never afraid to lose a credit because I'm going to get it back if they don't answer. I love to just keep rolling the 64 in here and just watch as I get more and more credits available. I've become an enormous fan of 64 Panzer Grenadier. I think it is one of the most painful forms of pressure to point at your opponent because you do not want them to accelerate. And a 3-3 body, if it hits promotion, doesn't suck. Oh, there's the honey. That's fine. Pin's fine. Doesn't stop the promotion, which is the thing I care about. Mainly because then I make my opponent sad because I can drop a jet prototype. Right. That doesn't mean that they can't heal out of range or drop Glamour Boys because they have 5 credits and they're playing Britain. My general assumption at the minute is that no, I'm not. Oh, that's unfortunate. If I am them, I don't feel good about that because that means I did not get Glamour Boys and I really wanted Glamour Boys. We have infantry on the board, so forward to the foundation. Heinkel's good, so try it out here because I don't like the honey. Drop this. Drop this. Welcome to tempo. Answer or die? Answer or die. Fortification in reach? Probably no. Fortification 7, right? Enemy contact. So you'll pin the jet. So now you're what? Then you okay? So you got Bryansk. Nice. Okay, that's fine. Han Solo, it's fine, everything's fine here, we're all fine. How are you? Over here, I'll put 2 on here, drop 1 on here, and then we can go fishing for a jet prototype. But at the moment, we don't really need it, because, once again, our opponent's being asked really big questions. Tickle, I would not have sickled there. Unless you're holding something, I don't know, like Glamour Boys. Supply shortages. Oh, that's painful. So, double supply shortage. Really wanting to just see us off the board. I would say it feels bad, but... So... I can make them retreat, but that doesn't help me. So, we go fishing. See if we draw an answer. No, but we've got jet prototype, which is fine. So you're going to die to sup shortage anyway. That's fine. Then we'll put Fallschirmjäger on the front line because you have to answer Fallschirmjäger because Fallschirmjäger is lethal. And you're off to draw to try and answer Fallschirmjäger, which makes me happy. Did you find it? Glamour Boys. If you want to like the really cool 7 people or however many are currently watching and you haven't followed me on Twitch, please do. If I can get 50, which is what my goal is currently set for, it's going to hopefully get me to the point whereby I can get affiliate status and I can actually start, you know, doing the Twitch thing. And obviously check out my YouTube and all the other bits, and I need to build a graphic with links. Oh! Delaying tactics, you're so annoying. So, 6, 7, 8... One... Yeah, I know, but you're only going to deal 3 damage to me, so I don't mind. And Geberg's Pioneer is going to give me credits. Credits good, because credits get me closer to a win condition. Yes, obviously, but it's not enough unless you have a guard. That's enough. That's annoying. Well done. I like it. Okay. Drop tank, drop trop, because the trop's now 6. 2 damage. Another card that I actually think is underrated in any German deck that ends up combined, particularly with the new... I personally think the new 20 Panzer Grenadier made Trop a much more powerful card, because you're going to see it way more often. And we're going to watch someone to their own HQ to get rid of it. Fine. Let's see what you top deck. It's interesting because I kind of know this Brit deck because I kind of play it myself. Your honey can go away. You have 15 cards left in your deck. I have 10. I don't want this to go any further. Thankfully, I don't... No, it's not going to. There we go. Excellent. I know. You came very close. You almost had me. Right, so let's collect some rewards and find out where we're at, which I honestly deliberately... There's another German special wild card, which is nice. So where actually am I? Like, obviously I play a lot of Brit. I played a lot of Frontline. Everything else is so bad. I don't play nearly enough Soviet. 227. Nice. Top 200 would be so good. Let's keep rolling. So my quiet aim for this evening is to see if in the time that I'm streaming I can actually get the top 200, which I think for a relatively casual player who's been around for 2.5 months is not bad. I'll see where we go. War production, hooray. So this feels better already. You get used to seeing this. So war prod and pressure. And away we go. Ooh. Right, okay. Fine. What's my play here? Yes. Yes, I made the edgelord, I did. I think 2.5 months, because, yeah, I've had 3 field marshals, 1 in my first 14 days, then the last 2, so, yeah, 2.5 months. I've played a chunk, not gonna lie. You've done your job. We are grateful for your job. Heinkel's good, because we'll go fishing. And I played a lot of Brit. When I first picked up cards, I got on a variant of J. King 7's old Hermes Brit deck, and I played that thing to death because I really, really enjoyed that. It was a lot of fun. Like a lot of fun. I had a blast playing it. And then I've played quite a bit of Brit at lower levels just to see what happens. I tend to jam a lot of games in short spaces of time. Like, this is something in my it was just after I'd been ill for a bit, and in a lot of my spare time I was just jamming games for something to do to keep my mind. That makes me sad. That makes me very sad. Because now I'm going to have to probably sack Heinkel, which I don't want to do. Of these, really, I want to see you because you let me dig for more cards. I have to sack Heinkel. I don't want to sack Heinkel. It's fine. Okay, so what have we got? We've got Panzerdig, which is fine. Only does 2, so it can't straight up remove us. Let's make life awkward. And now you can choose whether you even want to trade out. Yep. Interesting. Predictable. 20 Panzer Grenadier. So free removal. Love that. Always love to see it. Followed by board presence and some damage. So how is everyone doing in the build-up to the festive season? I do have a Christmas hat, which I'll probably put on at some point, just because, you know, we have decorated our house. It's like a Christmas bear behind me. You can't see the rest of our house decorations because they're all very quietly in a corner. But we are loving the Christmas right now. You're fine. Ew, it's you. Don't like you. That's fine. No, more production's fine. Can I do anything useful with it this turn? No. So I'll use it next turn. You're gonna artillery away. Bryansk, that was relatively predictable. That surprises no one, right? Bryansk Rose. You have the Panzer that causes... Yeah, so I could just do the retreat thing and make you play it again, but you're not that expensive. I need to put a tank on the board, and I don't have one. Do I just make an enormous tank? So, lose Bryansk, not actually helping us that much. Drop Panzer Grenadier. Then next turn we can really turn the screws on this, I think, because we've got enough board presence, because we can... Yes, obviously. Oh, we're digging. What do we want to find, my friend? What are we looking for? Obviously, we need to put Bryansk back out. That was immensely predictable. That's fine, because we can find answers. So, let's get Katyuska on there. Can I pull off... Can't pull off a plane. However, that's still plenty in my book. So, you're going to retreat. Don't really care. War Prod doesn't get me anything. You're going to retreat before the damage is done. So, Prussia time. Yep, fine. Increased op cost. That's a shame. Do we care? Not really. Let's take our time because we are in relatively good shape. And see where we get to. I'm curious as to what your actual answer is beyond just pounding away and hoping that you can dig for something good. Right, so now we actually have the ability to apply pressure. So if we drop Bryansk, drop the jet, this gets much more interesting. Unless you've got a way to give it blitz. Yep, that's fine. Nice. Really nice. That's impressive. Did we do it? Probably not yet. Let's find out. 217. Run away. A couple more decent wins, we should be fine. Wow, there's like 3 more viewers. Hello, 3 more people who are viewing me, and I'm once again going to shill to go, if you enjoyed the content and you're viewing me, please follow me so that I can get Twitch affiliate status. That'd be really cool. Nope, 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 nope. I don't like any of you. I like you marginally more. I will like you a lot more if I topped out War Production. Sadly, I can't summon it into being. Too full, you are probably going to obliterate me. Red Devils. One of my least. Thank you very much, Ahmed. Red Devils is going to do Red Devil things. And yay, that is actually slightly larger now. I'm still working on this whole Twitch thing. Making stuff look cool is something that the designer in me really wants to do, but I'm still getting used to being able to do a decent job of. I'm going to get hoisted by my own petard here, though. Because you're going to promote, and that was a misplay. If anybody is watching this, that was a misplay, and that is why that was a misplay, and I was distracted by Twitch streaming, which is a terrible excuse, and one that I'm not actually using as an excuse. I'm just going to eat the fact that that was a misplay. It was a very bad misplay. That was the wrong... Thank you. Yeah, I like it. I like the little follow count as well, because I've got the bar that's filling up as we get closer and closer to 50. That was terrible misplay. Don't. I'm going to be over here in a corner feeling very ashamed. Panzer 4, he does 2, but I want the card draw. Oh, that's harder than it looks, but I'll take that. Because then next turn I can hopefully turn that into something useful. Yeah, I've been digging around on stream elements and figuring out what looks good and what doesn't, and colour schemes, and trying to make them match. Oh, welcome back, Anton. Hopefully you had good food. I know what kind of things you enjoy eating, but I hope whatever you ate was precisely the kind of thing that you enjoy eating. Ew. That is to say, ew. Fallschirmjäger, Panzer. It's Fallschirmjäger, Panzer 34T, and some other stuff, isn't it? Because that's 4, 5. That's our 5 credits. We might waste it, and then if we time it right, no, it's good. So it's Fallschirmjäger, Panzer 35T. Then it's extra credits. Goodbye to you. Little bit of damage to you. Goodbye to you before you get promoted. Man, that took me longer than it should have done. That took so much longer than it should have done. It's good though. Welcome to turn planning. Population me. I do a lot of that, which may or may not be a good sign. At last, we're starting to drop things that help. Comet. Do I just fire the comet to annoy them? I don't think I do. That's not the good play. A target unit must retreat, however. I can really... Do I just pull the retreat? Well, no, because I can't take the advantage. So let's get board presence. Because... then we can do this, which gives us just enough body to do that and start digging through. I'm not going to lie, it isn't looking great for us at the minute, but they're always back from this. It's not over. It's just not looking great. Good shout. Yeah, the type. If you are looking, like you said to me earlier, to get the levels on Japan, I Type 94 early is, you will find it is a great card right now. I think it's nigh critical at the moment for Japan function wise. Trop's good because Trop gets the full benefit. This is good because it puts you within destruction. Yeah, throw it into a deck and see how you get on with it. I mean, at some point I need to craft it for my own Japan decks when I get back to playing them, because playing Japan without it has been... But that's because I've been missing the other Type 94 really badly. Or 97, which is the one that they removed that they shouldn't have because it's annoying. Oh, how I don't like this. Let me count the ways. It's Comet. Is it just... Well, it can't just be face damage. I have to answer. Comet doesn't have the health, so... Oh no, Comet does have the health, because Comet was not going to take any damage, and I'm an idiot. Okay, so this goes away. This also goes away. You can now blow up my jet, but I don't mind because the Comet comes back into hand. I still think we might very well lose this because we are so far behind it hurts, and I have no frontline presence because I can't draw infantry to save my life. However, we will persist. So you've got 2. Please don't have a couple of Panzer 34 T. No, you've got a Comet. That's bad enough. Although you're 1 point off lethal. I'll take 1 point off lethal because 1 point off lethal means that you don't have lethal, and not having lethal means that I actually still have a chance. It's teeny and tiny, and now you Comet me to death, but such is life, because... Yeah, it happens. It does. Yeah. There is only so much good play can account for, and then you're going to find it just... disappears behind. Why have you not just commented me in the face? There we go. That's come on, Chief. You just beat me and we move on. That's just well played. Nothing we can do about that. Take the punch and keep rolling. Which is where the grind comes in. Although honestly, this is not as much of a grind as I found Gwent was for a while. Gwent was a lot of grinding, or Hearthstone back in the early days. It's a bit more chill. It's not as crazy grind. I guess the theme is a big part for me. I don't know how true this is for other people who are watching the stream, but the theme is a big thing for me. I like my history. I like the art style that they've chosen here. This kind of classic World War II art style really appeals to me. Good name. And we shall find out. Is this going to be hyper aggro again? I would suggest probably, but we're going to find out. It's very different, yeah. It's nowhere near as super aggressive as it once was. You're getting much more heavy frontline presence than you did with just pure Jagro spam, which wasn't necessarily a bad thing. I mean, it was fun in its own way. I don't like you. That was mean. My opponent is mean. That was a mean thing to do. You took away my really good turn of money, which is smart. But yeah, Jagro is changing. Jagro still exists. Japan still works functionally, but it's very different than it was. I have a feeling we might get some good illustrations of that as we go along, because I have a feeling this... Oh dear. Oh dear. Right then. Now, there are limits here because smokescreen is a thing. So what we need is presence and pressure. So Panzer Grenadier, Panzer. Panzer goes forward. And we just pile on the pressure and hope we can get to lethal before they can get enough bodies on the board to take advantage. Because this is one thing that Japan really can do now, which is absolutely storm forward and make you pay for every inch. I want the trop because I want the 6.6 body. Okay, I think we might have this because Jet Prototype was an incredible top deck. Board clear, guard, health gain would be problems. Sendai's just going to remove the trop, which is fine. That's not enough damage. So 7, 8, 9, it's lethal. So well played. There's the lethal. So we have lethal, and our opponent notes as we roll on. Crack another one. If we can get one more win, I think we might actually break top 200, which is kind of the thing. Like, that for me was my goal this month, was to see if I can hit top 200. It's been a weird journey, like, goal month 1. Have fun. Randomly made Field Marshal in the last few days by going, oh, actually I can do this. Goal 2, month 2 was very much about can I actually sustain this? And then this is all about, now this could be really good. This could be the perfect storm or absolutely terrible. Depending on how our opponent plays and what Soviet. If this is Soviet tokens, it could get very painful. If it's OTK, that's fine. We will find out. Plan here is pretty simple. Opponent's not stupid, which is good. Don't mind that at all. That's a good sign. Our opponent's very aware of the things that we can do. So, do this, do this. Then we're going to have to figure out who's going to eat the 3 points of damage, but that's okay. This should be interesting. So, our opponent's got guards out, which is a thing. Now they're going to draw. So, I sense... No, I don't. I don't know what I sense now, because... So, Fallschirmjäger is goodbye to one of the Bryansk irregulars. Because it's just drop, hit, good night. I haven't lost anything that... It's an elite, but if you're not prepared to spend your elites for that sort of thing, you're kind of not getting the value out of them. So that's one dealt with. Okie dokie. We're here again. That's interesting. Panzer Grenadiers can take the hit. Which is good. Guard, obviously. Smart. Right. So you can kill one, you can drop on the other. You know I'm holding this, but it gives me board presence. Okay, so... let's see what your answer is. Let's find out what our opponent wants to do. It might have some answers, might not. I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure they're going to remove at least one of the Panzer Grenadier. they'd kind of be mad not. They're going to remove both the Panzer Grenadiers. That's fair. Good. However, we're getting there. This is good. Gives us an infantry. Do we just go fishing? We do go fishing because what we need is a 34T. Or, no, Catty's good. We like Catty. Catty's useful. Please high roll. Ah, so close. The high roll would have been good, but such is life. Yeah, the SWG needs fixing. I mean, it doesn't need the 77 million kiloton nerfs that I see being thrown around, but it does need a fix. It absolutely needs a fix. That's a given. If I high roll the jet here, I can straight up remove that and then drop another jet the turn after if they don't have an answer. I high rolled the jet. Works for me. Don't like the guard. I think you'll see. I mean, if they're following good design principle, you'll see them put a tweak on it, something relatively light, try and bring it down in power, and then they'll keep just edging it down until it gets more manageable. I don't like this, though. I mean, it's going to get it has to get a fix. That is just a, to a degree, that's just a statement of fact. It needs a fix. It is way too powerful. I mean, aside from anything else, even if you're not fixing anything else, you need to make it so that it only suppresses when it damages something. So, wow, yeah, this one's gonna sting. I'm not seeing an out. I like it when I can't see an out because I always believe there probably is one, but I'm not convinced. So we can comet out the guard. No, we can't because it's got ambush. So we can fling our comet needlessly into the face of the guard. That'll be fun. And then we can have a cup of tea. Yeah, it's GG. I'm gonna swing. I do not have an out in my hand that is going to work for that. That's fine. Roll on. Also, welcome, musician. Musician Tis Orchestra. Sorry, I'm squinting to see your name. Nice to see you first time chat. Welcome to the channel. Thanks, Outrider. that was just painful. Sometimes you ain't gotta win. What we got, Lambo? Who you? New face, who dis? Hate to see it. Really hate to see it. It's fine. If anyone wants it, there is pain in the casino style decks when this happens. Musicant is orchestra. Nice. Yeah, Armaments is... I'm learning that particular deck and the way that it... Oh dear. Well, hello. We just got high rolled. Let's see how high... You're kidding me. No, No, you're not. You're not kidding me. You're not kidding me at all. Okay. I'm not done. I'm not done yet. I have come back from this start once, ever. Hey, Coupe de Loop. Let's find out. Alright, kids. This is pretty much the only way we're going to burn. War production's going to happen if we low roll the jet. No, we didn't. Good. Right, that's enough of that nonsense. Fine. I mean, I'm not going to say that too loudly because, yes, I do actually have that deck. I play that deck. I understand how good it is. Hey, Berg's Pioneer and some Falsham. It is the same deck that I run, which is entirely unsurprising. Right. Schutzen. Schutzen says goodbye to the Fallschirmjäger. And we shall keep ticking forward. So cool to see so many people hopping on, and thank you to those of you who are subbing, those of you who are actually, you know, getting your alerts and subbing to the channel is huge. So, followers like this is what gets me closer to being able to actually be a Twitch affiliate and actually do something useful. Like that. Thank you so much, Anton. I need a moment. Because I'm trying to understand something. I think I see what you did. Because you really, really like your Jagdbomber, which is nice. I think that's really sweet. I do. It's cute. And I'm now going to sack a bunch of stuff to stop you doing that. Then you're probably going to high roll me out of this, but it's fine. We got high rolled early. Losing this is no shade on anyone. Lambu rolled high and did well. Oh, Schutzen's probably good night, Irene. Oh dear. Ladies and gentlemen, I think we might be done, Ski. However, we will never straight up surrender. I mean, we do occasionally, but not for this. I'll let him have his victory, or let them have their victory. Keep rolling. You have me, you totally do. It was well played. Turns out, it's still wild out there. I may actually swing some out. I mean, tokens got me this far. Got me to Field Marshal, but I've not been able to get any purchase on ladder until I started running Jet High Roll. But if we continue to just wail at them, if I lose this again, we might swing out on Sove Tokens and see. My Sove Tokens deck suffers from obviously, I'm not full collection player. For those who don't know me, I am relatively new to the game. So I don't have everything in the box, but I do have a Sove Tokens deck and it works well. But this is a good starting hand because we have 64 Panzer Grenadier and we have War Production, which is something I just adore to see because it creates pressure. Also, I'm loving the festive decorations. I don't know whether everybody else is, but me, I'm loving seeing all these little bit of festive bits and pieces that I can throw out. Oh, look! Huh. Well, ain't that just a thing? Does that change the way that I want to play this? Going to 2 into yes, it does. It changes the way that I want to play this. I am going to lose a turn. There's nothing effective that I can do on 3 that I can't do better next turn on 4 because it gives me a little bit more flexibility. So I can drop 64 Panzer Grenadier and the Panzer, which I'm going to need to do because this is going to get... So this is the Jap-Soviet hyper-aggro nonsense. Fine. Okay. So, we need board presents. We're going to get board presents. So, at our musician, I shall say, have you had a lot of success on tokens yourself? Are you actually a tokens player? I know there's a good few out there who've been playing really well. I will admit this hyper aggro thing interests me. It's fascinating because it seems to have some legs. Goodbye. You're just gonna kill me, but it's okay. I would rather you just killed the tank. Because I can take out... Where's the value here? I die here. The value is just getting some damage in. Value might actually have been in killing the token, I'm not sure. I'm never sure with any deck that runs a lot of tokens whether the value is in killing the tokens, because they do this. That's fine. Not gonna lie. It's an uncomfortable life right now. You lost 5-year plan there. That's probably a... Okay. That's a very heavy tempo use of that card. Blitz, Fury, Zero Operation. I love this card. I mean, I love this card, and I also hate to see this card. We have to take it off the board. I don't like it. Not a fan of it. Has to go. It's a very strong card. What do we have here? We have Kagoshima. HQs cannot go in defense and ambush. Fine. So, Catty. That was a mistake. That was a very bad misplay. Probably not world ending, but it was a very bad misplay. Because now he's going to get an expansion off that he shouldn't have, because he should have had to go through my tank and didn't. There's the... That's very weird positioning for this card. Not gonna lie, that's really weird. With 8. So we have to remove the 7, right? So the 7 has to go. So that's here. This is goodbye, because what we do is we eat the hit here and remove you. We're either going to high roll it or we're not. We are. Works for me. Yes, bombing rates. Fine. What? Of course, you don't have anything in hand. So now things start to get interesting. Because you have to top deck win. We don't. And this is why persistence is a thing. Right, let's keep rolling. I believe I can do this. It is possible to get further. About 20 odd minutes left of stream before I roll off. Maybe closer to an hour if I get on a particularly good roll. We'll see where we can get to, which is kind of cool and exciting. And there are people here kind of, well, watching, cheering me on, having a laugh at my expense, whatever it is. I mean, I think that's part of the fun though, isn't it? Is sharing this stuff. Sharing the experiences. I don't want to share this experience. You guys are fine. I'll keep this one just for me. Think of it as a festive gift from me to you, that I will keep this experience because you don't want it. You don't want it at all. Nobody wants this experience. I'm going to get my hat though, because I've not been wearing my hat. I should be wearing my hat because, you know, it's Christmas. And if I don't look ridiculous at least once on camera, my wife's going to object. Have a hat. I have ears. Well, antlers. Do I just... the trop is still tempo bear. The trop is still tempo. It's a solid body that can actually do some damage. We can do this. You are a competent player of this game. You have proven this, kind of. Oh good, sissy. Although actually, I care a lot less because I'm just going to trade out. I don't like sissy, by the way. It's anything that runs that anywhere near it. Yep, that'll happen. That's pretty solid. It'll ramp fast, like really fast. As I say, Japan aggro is still a thing. Yeah. Sisu. Seen a lot of that. I understand why. It's actually really interesting to see. It's regularly going to be seen as an answer. Glamour Boys is fine, especially when you're fortunate enough to have a spare jet prototype. That said, this is the kind of deck that is... Oh, Ox and Bucks, nice. Good card, very good card. I like it. Don't like Pioneers. Pioneers is bad. Pioneers annoys me. Right, so 7 points to play with. Jet prototype to the face, or do we drop the Panzer and knock something off the board? How much does Ox and Bucks cost you to deploy? It's 5 cost for you to deploy. It will be really annoying and give us some tempo. But then we are not on 8. No, that's a next turn play there. That's a next turn play. This turn is about doing damage. Oh, I wouldn't say Commonwealth isn't a viable deck. When I get to the end of this, I will roll out my Brit. I won't play any games on it because I'm focused on this deck for leveling. But I'll let you have a look at. I have a Brit Soviet OTK deck in which Commonwealth is the backup to the push OTK, and it works. And Glamour Boys enables it. It's way more powerful than it looks. It got me from the doldrums of landing in Field Marshal and dropping rating to actually getting some traction. Yeah, no, I agree with that. I mean, Commonwealth is not the be-all and end-all anymore. Let's see if we can turn this little salvage mess into a trade that we don't mind. That's fine. Yeah, we're gonna get rid of you. Just go away. Be gone. Be gone rapidly. Glamour Boys is fine and to be expected. This deck might actually demonstrate some of the viability of Commonwealth because I think it's rolling towards it. Oh good, we doubled up on war production because that's never a bad thing. Okay, so this goes... do I want you to just pay for Glamour Boys again? No, because you get the... No, let's get some card draw. Let's make you actually have to make an effort. You actually need to get to me at some point because you can't sit forever. And then I need to watch as you... Carpet bombing's good. This is possibly a really good illustration of just how much Brit can do this still. Schutzen's fine. I'm really not actually that bothered which one it makes for a trait. What I want is the 5/5 body on the board because we just need to roll forward and then hope we can high roll a decent draw here. Because this Brit Finn, which I've been trying to build a version of myself, is very strong. We have not seen Sisi Soto yet, which makes me happy, because I don't ever want to see that, because it makes me sad. Very sad. Although, not as sad as it does when you're playing tokens. I had a horrible moment where I was there on a tokens deck and it was just painful watching everything die. Blackwatch! Not like I play any orders, but that's fine, at least not orders that I care about. So, fishing time. So, Heinkel says hello. Does make Spoils of War more expensive. I forgot that. Never mind. Such is life. I don't mind that. Lose Ultra to that all day long. You've got Ambush and Guard, but that's fine. I'll remove you later. You can get blown up before you start blowing my stuff up. We are still probably going to lose this. This deck is stubborn. I imagine several people watching this have probably played this deck. It is very stubborn. It does not like really anyone or anything. Get spoils, hopefully draw something useful. 22 is actually not terrible right now, because then it gives us something to enable the Panzer. You have a full hand. Obviously, you have supply shortage and monsoon rot. Some things never change. Righto. Fallschirmjäger. Right. It's just charge. Oh, look! Exploding death. I actually really like the archetype that they've built around the Finns. Very powerful, but I like it. I think it feels kind of cool. I think they've done a pretty good job of making this WoW getting closer and closer to like almost 20 followers, which is, considering this is like stream number 3, very cool. Right, so the Trop gets some benefit, and I'm not actually going to attack, because I want you to waste something attacking me. I want you to actually have to take a point of damage somewhere. Because I don't want that. What I really need is something with Blitz. Really anything with Blitz to make that go away. Panzer Grenadiers doesn't have Blitz, which makes me sad. Fine. But I am going to remove the Guard. No, I'm not. Also, it had Ambush, which I needed to remember, but that's fine. This is not at all frustrating, is it? I love this deck. I could enjoy playing this deck. I'm not going to lie, I do not enjoy playing against this deck. Yes, at some point, you're going to have 12 spare credits in the Commonwealth? Maybe? 20 Panzer Grenadier is okay right now. I mean, insofar as it's a card. It's not a very good card at the moment, because everything is being guarded. And this has Ambush. However, it doesn't have Ambush if it's attacking something else. So if you want to do anything with it, you're going to have to sack it, but you're going to just use the air, which is fine. Interesting. Glamour boys. Now you're over 30? So what are the odds, as I summon it into being, that we get Commonwealth? I mean, if you don't have Commonwealth in this deck, you've... Like, why would you not? I mean, maybe you just... Maybe it's not that you don't run Commonwealth. Maybe it's that you... Ambush Guard, why not? It's interesting. I'm fascinated. I'm waiting to see how we die, which is weird. I know we're going to die, because we have... There it is! Summoned into being by Anton's commentary on the Commonwealth, I think. No. It's still around, it's still a thing. it was predictable. I mean, any deck that can gain health and has Brit in it. No, he didn't need it. It was just a finisher. I mean, again, the Brit Soviet deck that I run with push OTK. Hey, Dean Machine. It was relatively. I had options for a while, but man, it's a deal. Welcome, by the way, to the channel, to the chat. Please follow me if you enjoy the content. The closer I get to 50 people, the closer I get to the whole, you know the deal, Twitch monetization. I don't need to teach my grandmother to suck eggs. It's a whole thing. Heinkel's good, War Production's good, Panzer Grenadiers is amazing, made slightly less amazing by that. Oh dear. Like, on the one hand, man, that's a lot of shift. Thank you very much, Dean Machine. Oh, that hurt. That hurt me to the bone. It's not going to stop me playing it, but that hurt. So, Panzer Grenadier is not the answer here. Catty is the answer here, because we get rid of you, and then they have to sacrifice both their units to get Catty off the board, which is fine, because it gives us the chance to get forward. Type 93. So this is going to be... So this is another hyper aggro Japan Soviet deck. Absolutely fine. Don't have a problem with that at all. Works for me. I've had some nail biters this evening. I am on half of a mission to see if I can just get top 200 this season, which would be big for me. I like this. I like this a lot. I don't like the existence of this, but then who does? So let's start by putting some bombs on top of it. Now I can just roll the Panzer forward, which I'm going to do, because then Panzer still does 2 damage. Right. I'm keeping on the roll and believing that I can keep climbing. Audacity, which is still a really good card. Like, endlessly, Audacity rolls well. I like it, it's good. Panzer's good, but first of all, let's see what we can find. Jet prototype is helpful. The reason Panzer is good is that at some point this thing will have to lose smokescreen, which depends on how smart our opponent wants to be and what our opponent wants to do with it. 5-year... Alright, so we're digging 5-year plan, because we know what we're playing against. This means our opponent is smart, which is not my favourite piece of news. Not gonna lie. We got some board presence. I assume that the Aichi is going to eat the Panzer Grenadier because he doesn't want the credit acceleration. Yokozuka then just hits. There's the early. Good card, well played. Line of engagement. Right. Yep, this is exactly what I've gotten used to playing. That's fine. However, we have answers. Because there are always answers, just not necessarily good ones. So you're 2 damage, so you're gone, and you're gone. Works for me. You have 11 health. You are very vulnerable. I just need a moment to take advantage of that vulnerability. You're not going to give me that moment, are you? No, of course you're not. This deck is crazy. This archetype is just crazy go nuts good. 7, 3 takes. You're an autoplay, and I want you off the board. Plus the bomb, you can kill the jet prototype. If I drop the Panzer, however, and the trop. Right, let's start making things more interesting. This is where you need to answer the big bodies, which I know you can do, but I have lethal unless you can remove that fighter. Now, if you know what you're doing, yep, you do. Mass attack is so strong. It's really good. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Right, it has to die. That's fine. That's just the only way we stay alive. You're more dangerous. So you've got 7 damage on board, so you can probably get the 2. If you can't get the 2, I'll be very surprised. Oh, there we go, kids. I don't like it. No, I do not. We will go down swinging, but go down we shall. That was well played. I don't think we've got it. We can't. Never say can't. We can't. We can't prevent lethal, so we're going down. That was a good game. That was a very good game. You may now destroy me in whatever way you find it. That was actually a really masterful demonstration of how to play that aggro deck, which at some point I'm going to go learn how to play. I will construct something approaching that deck, and I will learn how to play it. Whether I learn how to play it well is a completely different question, but we shall see. So far, archetype's just fun. But I'm trying to avoid Altitis and just hopping from deck to deck because it's what prevents me from gaining rank. This is my kind of last couple of games, probably, before I swing away for a bit. But that's cool. And I have like 19 followers, 5 current people just sat there watching me do this. I mean, you people are amazing. I appreciate you in ways I cannot properly express. This is a better hand. This is a much better hand. This is the kind of hand that I am happy to see. Enjoy the day. It doesn't do anything, by the way. Oh no, it doesn't have an interaction. Interesting opening. Let's see. I know your name, which means you've probably beaten me on ladder before. Which puts you up there with a whole bunch of people. Right, let's get some pace in there. Let's see what you got. Ooh, that makes me feel good. That makes me feel really good. This makes me feel even better. Because weirdly, for not a lot of value, we're now presenting a surprisingly large amount of damage. Schutzen is a good answer. Probably the best answer you've got. I like that. That was a good play. I'm going to make it harder and harder for you to get value out of that Schutzen, and then I'm just going to keep pouring it on because I want to bring you... Ideally, I'd like to just bring this guy within range of a jet for when we hopefully draw one. Which is kind of the thing. At the moment, we're just putting tiny, tiny pinks on the board. So our opponent knows, our opponent absolutely knows what we're trying to do. Our opponent knows that the reason that I'm concentrating on face damage is I want to see that number there be lower than 7. And I'm about to be able to do so. So, we'll drop Comet. Our opponent's on a clock. He kills us this turn, throws a guard, or dies. This is a hard position to be in. Yeah, well played. Very valid. Smart opponent. You can spot quite quickly opponents who are reading very well what you're doing. So let's find out how many ranks we lost. 269. I'm still top 270. I was 275 when we started, so I've gone up. I just haven't gone up as much as I want to. What do we get as a limited gold card? Ooh, case yellow. That's actually good. I don't have case yellow. Gold, which is becoming currently valueless, but will, I suspect, when they fix the crate, gain some value. Fire off one last game for the stream as I celebrate with all of you fabulous people. There are like 5 of you who've stuck with me, and Anton, you've been hanging around. If you're still out there, you've been hanging around so long in this stream and chatting to me so nicely. I appreciate all of you so much. And you are still watching, and there are places you can spread the word. I aim to stream, I hope... Oh, we've got a rematch twice a week going forward. I haven't nailed down my schedule yet because my life is complicated. Disability will do that. It just means time management becomes harder. But I'm hoping to do at least one evening, one UK morning. I should say UK evening, UK morning. Who are you? No, you can... I don't like you. I will blow you up in a moment. And then Signal Regiment. Okay, we did this. I like that we're getting a rematch. Not gonna lie, it kind of scares me. I can get to 5, which means I can Schutzen. Schutzen is good, because Schutzen is good tempo right now. Kinda doesn't matter which of the 2 of these we get rid of. But the 94 has to go, because if I keep pinking my HQ, it's going to cause me a problem. 5-5 body is good, because we're going to need the soak. The ambush is back. He is amming my bush. I don't like that. So we'll get review, and we'll drop a spare body, which we're not attacking with because I miscounted credits. I'm not going to claim anything other than that is I'm tired, and that was a misplay. I should have taken out the token, didn't take out the token. Someone remind me if I lose this when the token does like 2 points of damage later on. This is why. Fine. Annoying, but fine. So, this is why the question is, where's the strong play? Start cleaning house, bear. Just start cleaning house. So you can eat damage on any of them. You're gaining bonuses, so you can go... Illustration as to why Signal still remains super strong. And it does. It's really good. Yep, we are done. That's well played. We are done. And for this evening, the stream is done. Thank you all, new subscribers, people, everybody who's hung out with me. Those of you who are still around, have a very Merry Christmas. Those of you who are watching this on demand later, I hope you are having / have had a very Merry Christmas. I will see you between Christmas and the New Year. I will get at least one stream in. I don't know when. Probably 2 if I can fit it in. We'll find out where we go. Thank you all very much. Have a good night.